Welcome back to reading the book of Genesis. Today we are going to cover chapter 15, God's covenant with Abram. Let's begin. After these things, the word of the Lord came to Abram in a vision, saying, "Do not be afraid, Abram. I am your shield, your exceedingly great reward." But Abram said, "Lord God, what will you give me, seeing I go childless? And the heir of my house is Elijah of Damascus." Then Abram said, "Look, you have given me no offspring. Indeed, one born in my house is my heir." And behold, the word of the Lord came to him, saying, "This one shall not be your heir, but one who will come from your own body shall be your heir." Then he brought him outside and said, "Look now towards the heavens, count the stars, if you are able to number them." And he said to him, "So shall your descendants be." Then he believed in the Lord, and he accounted to him for righteousness. Verse 7, Then he said to him, "I am the Lord who brought you out of Ur into the Chaldees to give you this land to inherit it." And he said, "Lord God, how shall I know that I will inherit it?" So he said to him, "Bring me a 3-year-old heifer, a 3-year-old female goat, a 3-year-old ram, a turtle dove, and a young pigeon." Then he brought all of these to him, cut them in two down the middle, and placed each piece opposite the other. But he did not cut the birds in two. Verse 11, And when the vultures came down on the carcasses, Abram drove them away. Now when the sun was going down, a deep sleep fell upon Abram, and behold, horror and great darkness fell upon him. Then he said to Abram, "Know certainly that your descendants will be strangers in a land that is not theirs, and will serve them, and they will afflict them 400 years. And also the nations whom they serve I will judge afterwards, and they shall come out with great possessions." Verse 15, "Now as for you, you shall go to your fathers in peace. You shall be buried in a good old age, at a good old age." Verse 16, "But in the 4th generation they shall return here, for the iniquity of the Amorites is not yet complete." And it came to pass, when the sun went down, and it was dark, that behold, there was a smoking oven and a burning torch that passed between those pieces. On the same day the Lord made a covenant with Abram, saying, "To your descendants I have given this land from the rivers of the Egypt to the great river, from the river Euphrates." Verse 19, "The Kenites and Gizelites and the Gadamadites, the Hittites, the Perizzites, and the Rephaim, the Amorites, the Canaanites, and the Girgashites, and the Jebusites." And that is the end of verse 15. So we see in the beginning of verse 15, the Lord and Abram are talking, and Abram is concerned because he has no heir. He has no children. He and his wife are very old. Abram would be about 90 years old here, and I believe Sarai would be around 80 years old, and they have no children. They have no children at all. So he is concerned about that, but the Lord is saying, "I'm going to give you an heir from your own body." And Abraham believes that, and I do not know why the Lord has him sacrifice these animals and all that. I am just not sure about that. And then at the end of this, again, we see the Lord telling him that he's going to be receiving all of this massive amounts of land, or at least his descendants will be receiving all of this land. And it must have seemed pretty overwhelming to Abram. So in the next chapter, we will continue on with the story of Abram. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and give me a big thumbs up if you did, and I'll see you next time in the Book of Genesis. Thanks for watching. God bless.